Taekwondo Karen Mom. I am a Taekwondo instructor. I teach the youngest two age groups mainly. My younger daughter is in our Little Tiger program for 6 to 9U kids. My older daughter is in the Phoenix group of 914U. The school is not commercial. All instructors teach on a voluntary basis. In fact, instructors also pay the same club fee, which is used for insurance and equipment, as all other members. So I pay for myself and my children to teach them myself. As both courses are directly after each other, I can't bring my little daughter home or pick up the older one in between. The master agreed that both my kids could stay for both courses. The older one helps with the little ones, and the younger one does the games with the older group, but then usually plays on her iPad when we do more difficult stuff. The mom of a little boy in the Tigers noticed that my daughter was allowed to stay for the big one's course and asked if her son, 6, could finally move up too, as he has already been there for 6 months and is the same age as my daughter. I tried to explain that she wasn't in the group and was only there so I could teach, but she didn't accept that. She claims when the old master, who is ill and can't do this class ATM, did the course, she already noticed that my daughter was his favorite. He knows her from birth, so of course he is closer to her than the others, but he loves all the kids. And that she pays me a lot of money, and now demands that her son is treated in the same way as my kid who doesn't. Even pay! I have no clue how she comes to this conclusion. She then demanded to speak to my manager. That does not even exist. The master leads the club, but there is no actual boss. But she knows there has to be a manager because she pays us money. I try to explain that she only pays for insurance and equipment, but she does not believe any of it. She actually calls the old master in hospital to complain about me. He tells her to cancel and sign him up for a commercial club nearby, 50 euro a month instead of 70 euro a year at our club, where she could talk to managers all day. She complains to the board of the Umbrella Club, not the Taekwondo Club, but the sports club that manages many voluntary sports in our city. They are very confused. She still does not give up. At the next lesson, she threatens to get me fired so that a real male trainer can finally take over again. I tell her that if I don't do the course, no one will do it. Voluntary work is not really popular. At the end of the lessons, she does not show up to pick her son up. I try to call her, but she does ignore me. After 30 minutes, I called the police, telling them what happened. They take him after I tell them his address, and they take him home. I don't know the aftermath. Update. So, we live in a small town, so people know people, and here's what I heard. First of all, I couldn't understand why she was so keen on putting him in a different age group as kids are way taller, and they just can't really spar or anything if the gap is too big. We don't separate them by belt ranks, just by age, and they learn the same things. But working with the little ones, we do more games and learn and play, while the older ones just learn differently. But there is a difference. We do not take the youngest age group in tournaments. Those tournaments are usually a couple of hours away and a full weekend trip. We stay in youth hostels or sleep in the hosting schools. They are just not old enough to sleep in a foreign place without parents. Well, same problem as with the course. If I drive to a tournament with the older kids, I have to bring my younger daughter. For the last tournament, 3 of my 10YO girls did a music forms performance to the Oompa Loompa song. And because you can have 4 people on your team, they used my younger daughter as an Oompa Loompa, running around between them. It was super cute and they won a gold medal. My younger daughter, as she was officially on, that got a medal as well, without having done any actual Taekwondo, and that is what triggered Karen Mom. My 6YO got a gold medal for playing an Oompa Loompa. For the police taking him home aftermath, she was very surprised when he came home. She told them it was just a misunderstanding, that he was enrolled in the second course as well, and that the master must have forgotten to tell me. So there is not much going on there. But the kid had the best day ever, got to ride in a police car, and they even gave him a teddy bear. He was the hero of preschool. What she had actually done was enroll her older daughter, different father, different last name, for trial lessons. We usually offer 3 lessons to see if it's a fit for both sides. There it clicked. I actually know the daughter who was in kindergarten with my older daughter. She then said since they had the slot for her daughter, but her daughter was sick, her son would take the lesson for her. So when she dropped him off today, she told me her daughter is sick and her son will stay for both classes. Absolutely not. I told her if she did not pick him up, I would call the police again. They would probably not be as nice the second time. She actually picked him up, and the daughter did not show up. My older daughter told me that her daughter could never have shown up anyway because she was in volleyball at that time. I just had a long discussion with our master. He has never kicked someone out ever, but he will cancel both contracts for both kids and give them a full refund. He is such a nice guy. He would have given them a second chance after the first time, but trying it a second time was too much. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.